Everybody knows what time it is, baby. It is the Wolfer Power Hour. I'm your host, Drew Wolfer, DW, bringing you the gains, bringing you the levels, bringing you the trades every single day. I'm not even going to tell you, actually. I already told you, but I'm going to let my buddies Ray Srummer tell you.
We do this every day.
We do this every day. Sway. Hey. Okay. As the world, and I mean the world, okay? The billions and billions of people, as evidenced by that little eye up in the top left hand of your corner. As you can see, there's billions of people on these streams every single day. As the world eagerly anticipated, waiting on pins and needles overnight to see if Drew Dog, Drew Down, DW, D-Dubs, Dubs himself, Drew Wolfer, was correct in his analysis yesterday. We're about to find out. We said we thought Bitcoin, that old Bitcoin, baby, that Bitcoin, we gonna get into some Bitcoin today, man. We was trying to figure out if that Bitcoin was gonna go down or if it was gonna go up. Was we selling Bitcoin yesterday? Or was we buying? Was we buying that Bitcoin? So if you were here yesterday, you know what we were doing. We were shorting Bitcoin. We did our analysis. We're about to see if it played out, okay? We're about to see if it played out. And if you've been here for long enough, you know that more times than not, it plays out. And, you know, we have 7x our account almost over a 6 to 7 week period. So that's pretty darn good results. I don't know a lot of people that are doing that. And especially in the ranges that we're trading in right now, this is a place where a lot of people would call this no man's land, where no one would trade. Well, we trade every day for the most part, and we make gains. Okay, so let's just get into it. If you're here from Twitter, which probably the majority of you are, yeah, about half of you are here from Twitter, half of you are here from YouTube. If you're here from Twitter, the 500 million people that are watching right now, scroll up, hit the follow button. If you want the gains, if you want the levels, that's all I've ever asked of anybody. I take your requests for free. I don't ever ask for super chats. I don't ever ask for anything. All I ask, just hit the follow button, man. Help support the channel. Help support the content. Show me that you appreciate it at the very least. If you're here from YouTube, make sure you like the video. Obviously, subscribe to the channel, and boom, baby, bang on that notification bell. We did break a key level. Will it stay broken? Will it hold? We don't know. We're about to find out. So if you want me to do any analysis on an altcoin, drop them in the comments section right now, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on YouTube, drop them in the comments section and lock them in. That way you actually get your request taken care of, right? We're going to get into the Bitcoin analysis. We're going to get into the trade that we're in. We're going to show you everything from a transparent, holistic perspective. And, yeah, we're just gonna talk about it. And, I hate to say it, but I mean, I pretty much called this yesterday, man.
I've been doing this more than you. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't been doing the education. You ain't been doing the education.
As everybody else on crypto and trading YouTube is not taking trades right now. Oh, it's too choppy, man. It's too choppy, man. Or they're telling you to go to your dealer and re-up on your blown supply of hopium that the market is going to go up. You come here for the real deal Holyfield. You come here for the actual levels, for the actual answers, for somebody that's not making money off of you selling a course, that's actually making money trading and providing for his family in the ways that make sense, right? That's what you come here for. So that's what we're going to give you. And as we knew yesterday, the more that you bang on a level and bearishly consolidate, the more likely that level is to break eventually. Now, can you regain the level? Absolutely. Were the moving averages tighter than you could ever imagine? Tighter than the tightest tightness? Yes, they were. Yes, they were, as evidenced by the tightness of the 50, the 100, and the 200. This is the 50. This is the 100. This is the 200. The 50's blue. The 100's red. The 200's green. Are we going to regain the 100 moving average? We fell below the 200. We gained it. We fell below the 100. Are we going to regain it and then come back and bearishly backtest this and continue downwards? Those answers may or may not be answered in this live stream. And I would argue that a lot of these other crypto TA guru YouTubers out here are what I would call a Donna Goodo.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent.
And they would rather just tell you that this is going to go up. Okay? Because they want to smoke the hopium. They want you to smoke the hopium. They need you to buy their hopium so that they can support their families off of the hopium, man, off the hopium sales. But unfortunately, we are drug-free on this channel. No hopium is smoked, snorted, or sold. We are law-abiding citizens on this channel. We abide by the laws of the charts, the rules of the trades, and the technical analysis that backs it up. Blicka! So, let's get into it. We were talking about this yesterday. Okay. So, when you see moving averages that are super, super tight together, there's usually going to be a pretty decent-sized move, right? And could you argue that when they got tight together, there was your big move here and then your big move downwards? Yes, absolutely. But I'm talking about after the fact. When you're at a key level and these are very tight together, there's usually going to be a move. And this is a period of indecision where Bitcoin had to make a decision, right? And what we did see yesterday was a 1 hour bear flag. And that bear flag has now been broken right here by this candle, confirmed by this candle, bearishly back tested here, and broken downwards. And we have now lost what is called the point of control at the 92,000, not my bad, $97,300 range, $300. And you're going to see a lot of people run around look like Ricky Bobby right now.
Mr. Bobby, come on down here.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah! Help me, Tom Cruise!
This is going downhill fast. I think
This is going downhill fast, man. This could be going downhill fast. So you've got to swing low here. That's at about 96.3. We got to, if you're seeing downside, when you take that out, that's bad news, right? That's bad news. That's your kind of like micro swing low. Your macro swing low is all the way down here, okay, at about $94,000. So my bias is that we probably come down here to about the 93.4 range eventually, pretty quickly, potentially. The weekend is about to be over. All eyes are going to be on the S&P right now. As you can see, I have now set my stop loss to break even. I'm not willing to risk any money on this trade anymore. Help me, Tom Cruise. Help me, Tom Cruise. I've got a $1,300 potential profit locked in if we hit 93.4. I've got a break even locked in no matter what. I will not lose money on this trade. I'm not willing to lose money on this trade. I've held it for way too long to lose money on it. That would absolutely, we'll just let the real bros of Simi Valley tell you how that would make me feel if I got stopped out at a loss.
Like, I'm feeling a little irked, or at least like irked adjacent, and then these guys bringing their bad vibes. Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
I would be straight up not having a good time, man. I literally entered this position. Oh man, where did I start entering this? I think I entered it right here. So I mean, we've been in this since Friday. It's Sunday. I mean, this is a 2-day long trade to make $1,500. I'm not getting stopped out in at a loss. I'm not willing to lose any money on this because it's taken way too long for this trade to play out. It is starting to play out in the direction that I thought, but again, I'm not willing to lose any money on it. I'll take a break even.
Barely.
I'll get all my money back, barely. But I'm not willing to take a loss on this trade is my point. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Are we going to come back and bearishly backtest this and then drop? I think that's a likely scenario. But another likely scenario is we never do that because we already did it. Okay. We confirmed under the point of control right here. We came back up, back tested it, hit it 4 times, 4 hours in a row, and then dropped. So like your ability to enter this trade might be gone now. I'm not saying that over here you might get that, you might not get that retest yet again. I'm just saying it's more likely that it just continues downwards, especially if you lose this 200. If you lose this 200 right here at about 96.9, it's not great news for Bitcoin. I mean, you're probably coming down to about $95,000. Right about here, 95.3, somewhere in that realm. That's what the bear flag is telling me at the very least. And then if you look at the RSI, it is trending downwards, right? So until we reach this kind of like oversold level, I'm not favoring a bounce, right? Look at the RSI. I mean, whenever it trends downwards like this, you get down here to these, you know, oversold levels, and then you get a bounce. Okay. So again, I'm risking nothing on this trade. Now, Market Cipher B is trying to tell us like be bullish here, right? As you can see right here, printed a green dot. Just it's trying to print a green dot on this candle. If this candle doesn't close well, then it won't print a green dot. But as you can see, money flow is leaving and momentum to the downside is getting stronger. So I don't care about this green dot per se. Not that much, at least. I don't think it makes that big of a difference. See what the stochastic is doing. Yeah, I mean the stochastic, you know, we got a little bit of a bump up, right? So there's nothing crazy there. You're setting lower lows. Not really. I mean, there's not really a bullish divergence there. These aren't significant lows. These aren't like swing lows. Yeah, these are like equal lows too. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this trade, to be honest with you. I think we're probably going to lose the 200. And RSI, I mean, this thing can stay in overbought and oversold territory for quite a while. I mean, as evidenced here, as evidenced here. I mean, look how long it stayed in overbought territory. I mean, it'll stay up there. Like, it will stay up there if you let it. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't necessarily think that this trade is going to get nullified anytime soon right now. So why did we get into this trade though? Okay. So if you've been watching for long enough, you understand that I've had this channel up. These are incredibly, and don't get me wrong, like, please, seriously, do not, like, take this all with a grain of salt. Drop whatever you want to see in the comment section as well, because once we get through Bitcoin, I'll start taking requests, and then we'll smash through the comment section. But let's get through this and see where we can be directionally, from a directional perspective on Bitcoin first. And then we'll start taking requests, and we'll start talking in the comments section, right? Now, we have this downward sloping trend channel, right? It's kind of like a pivot point here. It's been hit 4 times. Once, you got a deviation outside of it up here, right? Then it got hit here again. So that's 2, 3, 4 times it's been hit, right? Now, how many times has it been hit to the downside? Once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Call that 8. This would be the 9th hit on this. That would be favoring humongous downside, right? But anyways, in any case, this is my point. We scroll over here and we drag this bad boy out. Because this trend channel has been very well respected for a very long time. Okay, so the highest you could probably get on this, 98,000. At this point, I mean, your take profit is about 93.3, which runs it right into the value area low. Okay, so we'll see what happens. But my bias, and it's not really a bias, it's just what the charts are telling me. Now that we have lost this level right here, and again, this is the value area high, this is the point of control, this is the value area low of this entire range from like way back here to where, from when we broke 90K all the way up to the new all-time high, right? So this is an extremely important range to be looking at I'm not saying base all of your TA off of this, but I'm saying take this into account. When you lose this point of control, you kind of see what happens there. You know, you were banging on it, you pumped, and then bam, you smashed down. You came back up, you lost it again, bam, you smashed down, right? So, I mean, market structure wise, we are still in a downtrend. If you look at micro downtrend for sure, right? You've got your all-time high. Okay, let's scroll it over. Let's break it down. Break it down. All-time high, right? Swing low, lower than this swing low, right? Lower high, lower low, lower high, and then if we come back down here, we're going to be setting a lower low, right? And then market structure wise, you're in a like a micro downtrend here as well. Just consistently been setting lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. But it really just depends on what you're taking into account here. Like, so I'm not going to take into account every single swing high here. I'm just not going to do it, right? I'm going to do the ultimate highs and the ultimate lows. So this is a swing high. I would say this is a swing low, right? This is a swing high. Probably this is your swing low. This is your swing high. And then you'll be setting a new swing low whenever this, you know, either decides to dump down or reverse up. So as it sits right now, we have not broken market structure on this at this point, right? Because I think this range all through here is just capitulation, right? Then you set your swing low, you set your swing high. Are you going to set a swing high that's higher than this swing high? You've got one of two options here. One of three options. You can come down here and you can set a higher swing low and then go to try and take out the swing high, right? And set a higher swing high and a higher swing low here. Or you can come down here and set a new swing low, which is lower than this low, continue the downtrend. Or you can just fully reverse this here and take out this. Now you've got a new swing high. That would be uptrend city, right? That would be breaking market structure and then getting outside of this, right? Outside of this channel, nullifying it, switching it to support, right? And if you want to understand what we were talking about yesterday, here was our two scenarios, right? We had two scenarios. Scroll over, show you those scenarios. This was our long scenario, right? Which we obviously did not see happen, right? This is our short scenario, right? And this is what's actually starting to play out right now. So we will see how that plays out. But in my opinion, Bitcoin is more or less probably trending down here to about the $93,000 range. And that's that. I mean, let's see what's happening. Let's get into the weeds, right? Let's get into the weeds and see what's happening on the 15-minute chart, right? And this has been a really, really boring weekend for Bitcoin. This has been a really boring weekend for crypto in general, right? All of this, like, it's really boring. I get it. And this is a super, super hard range to trade. I get that too. Because it's like, you know, say you enter a short here, right? And you're trying to target the value area low. Boom, you come up, you get stopped out, right? It's hard to trade. Or say you enter a long here, right? And you're trying to target the top end of the channel. And then it comes up here, reverse, bam, stop out. And then you try it again, right? And you're like, okay, I'll long it. I'll try to get up here to the top end, right? It comes all the way up here, shoom, bam, stop out, right? So you try and short again, right down here to the value area low, or even right here. Boom, reverses, stop out, right? So there's a lot of people that are getting wrecked trying to trade this range. I'm not one of them because I understand the range, because I've been watching it for a very long time. And I've been trading the crap out of this thing. But let's see what's happening on the 15-minute chart in any case. Yeah, I mean, 15-minute chart looks horrible. Like, you've lost every single moving average. You guys know what happens whenever the moving averages get super tight. You get a big move in one direction or another. There was your move, right? So does that move continue? My guess is probably. see what the oscillators are telling us. Yeah, I mean, I don't trust Market Cipher here on this. I mean, you've got money flow that's consistently trending downwards. They're like, oh, VWAP crossed over. Let's print a green dot. Even though the momentum waves are getting bigger, money flow is getting bigger and leaving. I don't trust Market Cipher on this. I think this is a false signal. Just like this was probably a false signal and this was probably a false signal. Let's look. Yeah, they gave you a green dot here. Look what happened. Boom. Dumped out, right? They gave you a green dot here. What did it do? It pumped like $8. Boom. Dumped right back down to where it was. So I don't trust Market Cipher on this right now. I don't think it's valid. I think this green dot is BS. It printed the same exact pattern over here, and look what happened. Oh, wow. Thanks for my 0.33% gain. And then my double dump right after that. Don't care. Don't care. Like, I don't trust it. I don't think Market Cipher B is printing valid signals right about this second, right? Because now you've got the stochastic about to be in overbought territory. You've got the RSI that came out of oversold territory. But look what RSI is doing. It's just trending downwards. It's just setting lower highs, right? Lower highs. It's also setting lower lows, right? Can we see if there's a bearish divergence? Potentially. We'll see. Or a bullish divergence? Yeah, potentially we could see. Nothing. Literally nothing. Nope, nothing. Yeah, there's nothing pointing to upside for me. Now, here's my point. All eyes on Bitcoin right now are going to be... All eyes are going to be on where the S&P futures open up. And that opens up in, let's see... like less than 8 hours. I believe it opens up at 6 p.m. I believe it opens up at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can tell you. Seven hours and 40 minutes. 7 hours and 40 minutes from now. So yeah, I mean, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So all eyes on the S&P to see what Bitcoin does from here. Does it go down? Does it go up? We're about to find out. Let's see what we got in the comments section. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to see here. A lot of people were asking me if I was going to whip out my schlong, because everybody knows I'm down with whipping my schlong out any day, right? I'll whip my schlong out on a Monday, on a Tuesday, on my birthday, your birthday, my wife's birthday. She would like that. And then secondarily, I will whip it out twice on a Sunday. But I'm not pulling out the schlong today, which is a short and a long position, because I'm just directionally speaking, this is saying downside. So I don't see any reason to open up a schlong, right? Put my stop loss to where now I make $50 or $100 less on my short, when directionally speaking, Bitcoin is throwing these signals that's telling me, downside. Especially when you look at the 1 hour chart and you see that we are really, really struggling right here at this 200 and this 100 moving average, and that we've lost the point of control after we bearishly consolidated on it for almost 2 full days. I mean, let's see how long this range was. It's probably like 25 candles. 34 bars, right? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this was literally 40 bars. This was 40 hours worth of data. I mean, that's a lot of time, man. That's like 2.5 days that we kind of capitulated on this thing. I don't see it regaining it, right? Because it's like all of the buying support that was there, because what were you doing right here? When you consolidate, you're getting the buy liquidity. It pushed it up, right? Then you come back down here, you're getting the rest of the buy liquidity. It pushed it up. Then you come back down here, more buy liquidity, right? You come back up, down, buy liquidity, up, down, buy liquidity, up, down, buy liquidity, exhausted, buy liquidity, right? Now sell liquidity is coming in, right? So now you're seeing all the sell side coming in. And this is exactly what we were talking about yesterday and exactly why I shorted the market, right? Actually, I didn't. That's not why I shorted the market. I shorted the market up here because of this trend channel, right? And secondarily, because if you look, where was that at? Right here. So even secondarily on Market Cipher B, we're printing a red dot, right? We're printing a red dot first and foremost. Where's our RSI? RSI was overbought, okay? Stochastics, again, were overbought, okay? And we had our moving averages super tight here, okay? And we had just regained the point of control, but then topped out. We also set super terrible lows down here. And if you want to know what I mean by super terrible lows, dude, I mean, when you set a low right here, what you want to see, I'll show you what good lows look like that aren't going to probably get taken out, okay? We can't even find any right here. Okay, so these were terrible lows. That's why they got taken out. These were bad lows. That's why they got taken out here. These were horrendous lows, and that's why they got taken out here, okay? So let's find one that, I'll explain to you what poor lows are, and then we'll find one that's actually like what a good low would look like. So what a good low, the reason why this is a poor low is because it has this massive wick here, which that's fine. But if you look at the preceding or the succeeding candle, it also has a massive wick there, showing that there was a lot of selling pressure still here and that the bulls weren't able to just rocket it back up. It looked like the bulls did because they had 4 green candles in a row. But look at the tail on that candle, look at the tail on that candle, look at the tail on that candle, look at the tail on this candle, right? Look at the tail on all of those 4 candles right there. That does not show strong buying pressure. What shows strong buying pressure is a candle like this, right? Where it has very little tail to the lower end, right? So that's why these are poor lows, okay? And 9 times out of 10, I learned this from my buddy John, 9 times out of 10, when you set poor lows like this, it's because there's a bunch of selling pressure and these guys will get reversed and they'll come out and they'll take those poor lows out. So let's look at something that we can see that might be a good low. And again, what are these right here? What are those? Those are poor lows again. And I mean, please don't be like Donna Goodo.
I'm legally blind. I can see barely.
You gotta look for this stuff. So, okay, what does a good low look like? This would be a good low. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that this is a good low because they succeeded this, so this is still a poor low over here. But my point is if you acted like that's not there, okay, act like this is the low, right? If you just saw this, that would be a strong low. That the likelihood of this getting taken out is much less likely than these getting taken out, right? So that's my point. And that's another reason why I think we're coming down here to about the 93.3 range, 93.4-ish. And that's why I have my take profit set right there. Boom. 93.4. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Now, again, I'm not going to take any chances on this. I'm going to stop out in profit or at the very least at a break even right here at 98.6. Because guess why? If we do that, we regain the point of control and all of these moving averages. And then guess what? We also get outside of that trend channel. Okay, and that's where I know I don't want to be in this anymore. And my stop is set at what? 98.6? Where's 98.6? Right here. Right here. So it's just outside of this channel. Okay, so that's why I'm saying I'm not going to risk anything on this trade, right? I'm not going to risk anything. I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit sometimes. On this one, I'm not. I've been holding this trade for too friggin' long. To lose on it. I will not lose. So With that being said, let's get into the comments section. See what everybody's talking about. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. Let's see if we got any damn Daniels in here. Anybody gives me these good altcoins where we can find some good trade.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white bands. Spicy, man. Damn. Daniel?
See if we can find us some spicy trades, man. Mike Ninja 269. You're the man. You're the man, Mike. It is not me. You are the man. I appreciate you. Vitruvian Maniac says, what up, Drew? Abhi Ram says, hi. And then we've got Avax, Link, Sui. What else do we have? We got Adrian Kent. He's here every single day. Vitruvian Maniac says ICP. And then we've got XRP from Mike Ninja. Okay, so let's do AVAX first. I like me some AVAX, baby. I like me some AVAX. That's that Wolfer Finance portfolio, baby. Ooh, okay. We're riding the bottom end of that trend channel, man. We got the man, if Bitcoin dumps here, it's over. It's going down big time. This thing's going down big time. I'm not saying that's what's exactly 100% going to happen. I'm saying if it does, it's going to hit these lows, right? I mean, you can measure the move on this too if you really want to. You can say, okay, here's our move. Yeah, you're coming down almost down here to these lows. This is where you would be coming if you lost this channel on Avalanche. And it's tried to lose that channel a couple times now. That's not awesome. It's not a channel, it's a trend line, but you get where I'm going with it. Now there's two potential trades here, okay? There's your short position that you would enter here, okay? And then you would place your stop loss above the 200 moving average and you would target this move, right? Probably down here to around these lows, all right? That's a 7.5x risk to reward. That's what I would more than likely see play out, because if Bitcoin drops, this thing's going to come out. And only thing you can hope for is a bearish back test of this to actually get your entry. Okay, so there's your short position. But what if Bitcoin pumps here, right? I'm not saying don't enter this trade, but I'm definitely not going to tell you to enter this trade. Okay, but because you got a lot of work to do. Okay, you have a lot of work to do here, man. I mean, if Bitcoin pumps here, you're probably looking to bring it up to about this swing high right here. That's an 8x risk to reward on this. And your stop loss would be legitimately super friggin' tight, man. I mean, super freaking tight. Like if you entered here, you'd place your stop loss outside of this swing low, or at the very least outside of this swing low. But my bias would be to place it outside of this one, because that's, if you break this swing low, you're getting outside of this channel decisively. Okay, so can you risk it for the biscuit here? Yeah. Would I? No. I would schlong this. Here's why I don't think that the long trade is going to play out as easily. I'm not saying it can't play out. I'm saying it's not going to play out as easily. You got the 200, you've got the 100, and you've got the 50 right there as dynamic resistances. The 50's curling down. It's going to start coming below the 100, and then it's eventually going to get below the 200. You are below every single moving average right here. You've got the upper end of this trend channel as a resistance. You've got this swing high. You've got this swing high. And you've got that swing high. So you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 resistances before you can get your take profit up here. Now, if it does play out, again, like measure your move, right? From probably this low to this high. I mean, you're probably coming right up here past this 0.236. Yeah, you're coming right to the 0.236. So, I mean, this is a very high, almost 10x risk to reward ratio, right? Nuts. I mean, that would be a hell of a move. That's all I would say on AVAX right now, right? That is all I would say on AVAX right now. You can also pull a smaller ranged fib. Let me delete all these little scribbles. Yeah, I mean, you're probably looking at a 0.5 retrace here to $26 if you can get a bounce. But again, that's going to be dependent on that big daddy Bitcoin, baby. That Bitcoin, brother. That's what it's going to be. We're going to see what happens with that Bitcoin today, man. It's all eyes on the S&P. The S&P 500. When it opens up the futures in about 6.5 hours. 7. Yeah, 7.5 hours, man. That's a whole work day you got in between you and there. All right, let's do XRP. I know Vitruvian, you requested like 17 altcoins, but we're gonna get to somebody else's before we get to yours. That way it's fair for people. XRP. That XRP, baby. Woo! What did I say? What did I say yesterday? I said, if we pump, it's going to the 0.618. Blick up. And that's what happened. Oh, man. I said this like 2 days ago. I think it was on like Thursday or something when we were down here and we bounced from the 0.382. I said we could be coming up here to 618. And we did. That's cool. That's great. Now, in my opinion, there's no trade here. Why? How, Sway?
How, Sway? You ain't got the answers, man.
All right. We need to get this fib off of here. All right. In my opinion, there's no trade here. The trade here is because Bitcoin's going down, right? The trade here is if you hit this 0.618, that also coincides with this long-term support that's way, 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 way back over here. Okay. You can nibble on a long trade here, in my opinion. At this level. Not the level we're at right now. Okay? Please do not get it twisted. Why is my thing freaking out? All right. You do not do anything here. You've lost the 50 moving average. The 100 is about to intersect the 0.618. You have gained and confirmed above the 0.618. You have not back tested it. You would enter a long trade on the back test of this 0.618 to target the 0.786. And then you would have a secondary entry here and here. Okay? Those are your 3 entries. This would be an average in for me. I would not just be longing, taking, betting the farm all right here because you could still come down to the 200. And honestly, if you lose that and you don't bounce from the 0.5 fast, I would be stopping out under the 0.5. That's that. That's all I'm saying. So those are your 3 entry points right now. Where would you be targeting? Probably the 1 and the 0.786. See how far it can go. But that would bring you up to the top end of this range before we had our big, massive dump off, right? And you're trying to gain back all this liquidity because guess what is in all of this right here? That is all liquidity, right? Shorts, okay? So you've already gained back like 3/4 of that liquidity. So could you come down here and grab all of this? Not all of that, sorry. All of this first down to the 0.382? Absolutely, you could. So there's your entries on XRP. I mean, that's XRP in a nutshell for all you rabbits that needed a nut, right? Boom. Let's go. All right, Jupiter. I think Jupiter. I think we have done Jupiter. We should have a chart on Jupiter. Let me look at the daily on what's it called really quick? XRP. So I want to see what's going on with the daily chart. Yo, I mean, no, I mean, is there kind of like a cup in handy here? There could be, right? On the daily, right? If you get that, it's going to be a big move up, okay? I don't think it's a great cup and handle because this would be a better cup and handle right here, right? So I would want to see it move up there, then start to form here, and then you would have probably
this type of a move up to new all-time highs from probably the 0.786, you'd be going about $3.63. I would keep my eye on this, man. And if you form a cup and handle up here, dude, I mean, that's super bullish. Super duper bullish. You're above the 50 moving average right here on the 1-day chart. So, I mean, here's your entry point, you know. Here's your entry point, the 0.618 and the 50 moving average on the daily. I mean, it's about as good as it gets, man. Jupiter. Let's see if Jupiter is going to the moons of Jupiter. This has got to be on Binance. Yeah. Yeah, so Jupiter, okay, still, yeah, I mean, you tried to come back into this channel. You would have gotten stopped out on this trade, and now you're getting a secondary entry, right? I mean, the thesis is correct on Jupiter. It's just, you know, if you front run it, and this is why I say, you know, you don't necessarily want to front run things, but, you know, we'll see what happens. And that's your falling wedge. That's on the daily chart. Let's go to the hourly. Yeah, so these are all of your supports, right? These are all of your long-term supports. We're going to take these off of here because I want to clean this chart up a little bit. I mean, kiss of the 200. Is this bullish? It could be, but you're still setting lower lows, right? You've got your lows. You've got your lower high. You've got basically equal lows here, but it is a little bit higher of a low, but you've got a lower high here. I would still be favoring downside. And if you know anything about me, you know I would have entered on this back test right here, and I would have just been in short city, and then I probably would have taken profit at the 200 moving average once it was getting ready to bounce off of it. I mean, you could still be in this trade if you want to. I would not be entering anything right here. I would only be entering right here for a move downwards, but you did get a secondary entry right there if you were paying attention to Jupiter. Okay, so yeah, I mean, still things are not looking great. I mean, you had your high, you had your higher low, then this low, right? And then you had higher highs, obviously, but then you had your higher high, and then your lower low, your lower high, your essentially equal lows, your lower high. Are you going to set a lower low? That's what I would be looking for. That's what I would be looking for. But as it sits right now, I mean, you're technically breaking market structure. Let's zoom it in a little bit. Let's drag these lines over because these now become what are called pivot points, right? And you bounced off of it. I mean, you bounced off of the pivot point, man. That's a textbook bounce from a pivot point. And guess what? It intersected the 200. I mean, you could bing bong in here for quite a while now, you know. I would say this is basically nullified at this point, but you can drag it down if you want to. And then if you lose this, I mean, this is bad news. You're coming down here to these previous support levels, which are all these horizontal rays, right? So that's what I would be doing. I would still be shorting, especially with my directional bias on Bitcoin being down right now. And I've got the wrong comment up. Adrian Kent said, bing, bang, boom. Okay. Yeah. Vitruvian, dude, I love AVAX too, man. You're in the Wolfer gang all day, dude. That's Wolfer Finance runs a Avalanche validator node to those who don't necessarily know what we're talking about. But yeah, dude, honestly, I'll be real. DAG is probably dead. We used to actually run validators for DAG, and then we got out of it because DAG was just on a consistent trajectory downwards, and it made no sense to hold on to it. We can look at it, but I think it's probably going to be a terrible looking chart. And looks like Vitruvian, he hit a super sticker. Vitruvian Maniac with the super sticker. Let's get it. All right, let's go back and we'll see what you want to see on Link. I'm pretty sure we have a chart on Link. I'm not 100% sure. Man. Do we not have a chart on Link? I can't imagine we don't. See if it's on USDT. We'll just do it. Apparently, we do not have a chart. I mean, this thing's in a wedge pattern. Decision point coming soon. It might be coming like today, to be honest with you. I mean, it's kind of a falling wedge. I would say, you know, bias would be upside on this. Bias would be upside. If you get a break and a retest of this, and what I mean by that, come back down here, boom, right? That's where I would be entering a long position, and I would be targeting those previous swing highs right over here at the very least. And what you can also do is pull that fib and see where it's retraced to. It has definitely not retraced to the point 618. It's probably gone to the point 382. Yep, exactly to the point 382, and it's capitulating. It's basically, I mean, this right here is telling you it's waiting on Bitcoin to choose the direction. So if you lose this, where are you going? I think you probably know. But in any case, we'll draw it. Probably about $11 if you lose this and make a substantial move downwards. At the very least, you could probably be lose this level, boom, back test it. You're definitely going to come down to these lows at about 1542. If you lose those lows, you're coming down here to the 1.618, most likely. Link isn't looking super awesome right now. It's got some serious stuff to get through in order to be able to get somewhere worth being. Yeah, I mean, could you come up here to 24 bucks potentially? Yeah, but you have to get through a lot of resistance to get there, right? So first and foremost, you're gonna have to get through the 200 moving average and the 100 moving average on the 4-hour chart, right? Let's take this off. So you're going to have to get through the 100 and the 200 moving average. You're going to have to get through this swing high, right here, which is at the 200 moving average. And then you can probably come up to about 24 bucks. Your next level and layer of support is going to be right here, right? Right about there. Further than that, you're looking here. And then you're looking here. That's really what it comes down to. You've got massive support at 10 bucks, though. I mean, that's the good news. Maybe even a little less than 10 bucks, maybe $9.40 as well as the $10 range. Yeah. $9.20, something like that for Link. And then let's look at Sui real quick. I know Sui has been defying all friggin' logic, man. I think Sui, we have the chart on Coinbase. Yeah, we do. Look at this, man. I mean, this is like Fibonacci's, dude. I try to be telling people about the Fibonacci's. And I mean, we did this TA probably a month ago, is my guess. Last time we looked at Sui was weeks and weeks ago. And I was like, look, you know, you hit this 1.618. The next logical level is the 2.618. And boom, it hits it exactly. Comes down to it, flips the 1.618, right? From support to resistance here, right? You come down from the 2.618. You flip it again. You flip it. And then bam, you're riding it. Like you're riding the crap out of that thing like it's a town bicycle, right? And technically you're under it. So you're going to need to see a bounce from this 50 moving average. And then boom, that's your long position on Sui. In my opinion, that's your long position. But again, if Bitcoin's going down, you're not necessarily looking to long here to target this, right? And then place your stop loss outside of this swing low right here, right? Maybe even tighter than that outside of this 50 moving average, but I would say to be safe right around there. You got a 4x risk to reward. Now, here's my problem. if Bitcoin does what I think it's going to do here, this is the better trade, in my opinion, right? And you can actually be a little bit more risky with this trade, because if you lose that 200 moving average, you're still going to have a 2x risk to reward here to come down and take out this swing low, right? And if you lose this 200 moving average, right, or you regain it, then you know that you just long there to go to the 2.618. So yeah, you stop out here, but if you get a back test of it and then a bounce, you're going to make back all the money you lost on this trade plus more, right? So, I mean, that's what I would be looking at on SUI right now. Hopefully that answers all your questions, Vitruvian Maniac. Let's look at H-bar. H-bar. Yep, you regained that trend channel, man. That sucks. So, I mean, this is trending downwards. There's no trade here right at this second. Let's go to the 1 hour chart, see what it's telling us. I want to see a little bit more finite detail. Yeah, you've lost every moving average. I mean, there's only one trade here, in my opinion, and that's if you want to get super risky with it, you short this thing. I mean, it's trending downwards. You can see it. It's very clear. Swing high, swing low, lower high, lower low, lower high, probably going to set a lower low here. I mean, I would have entered here, right, on that bearish retest. Once you lost it here, you came down all the way to the bottom of the trend channel. You longed it there. That's what you would have done. And then you short it again here on that retest. And then you'd be in pretty substantial profits as it is right now. And you'd just be riding risk free. Now, where could you enter here? I would not enter until you get to about right here, right? And even at that, this is going to be dependent upon Bitcoin. But if Bitcoin's going down, you could even short here at, say, the 200 moving average. Where's it at? 200 moving average. You place your stop loss above those previous swing highs right there. I would place it even outside of it a little bit more, because we know that they're going to try to hunt that liquidity most likely. They're going to rip it up here and then stop everybody out and rip it downwards. And then I would be targeting a new swing low. That's all I would be doing right here. Where's the previous swing low? I would be targeting a new swing low somewhere in this realm. Probably something like that. You got a 5x risk to reward on that. Would I be longing this here? No. Not unless Bitcoin makes a move, right? But directionally speaking, this is trending downwards. Let's just, for shits and gigs, man, let's just look at DAG. As I kind of assumed, DAG just massive downtrend. Look at the 4 hour. Yeah, I mean, the good news is that you broke out of this, right? So you did have like kind of like a downward trend right here, and you did break out of it technically. Whoops. And you back tested it and bounced. So, I mean, does DAG have potential upside from here? I mean, this suggests it could, right? You back tested it. So this was a super steep downtrend. You regained it. You back tested it, bounced right there with that wick, right? You can look at it and see this wick, boom, back tested it. Now you've confirmed outside of it. You're struggling at the 100, but if you can come down here to the 50, bounce, get the 100, get a rejection at the 200, bounce from the 100. Could you be heading upwards? I mean, yeah, you could. To be honest with you, this was your entry, right? That was your entry for a long position. Yeah, I mean, that would have been a nice little long right there. But again, you know, Bitcoin's coming down. Where does that take DAG? My guess is probably somewhere in this realm. There's that. There's this. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of downside to DAG here. It did double top too. It kind of double topped right here. Almost triple topped, front ran the triple top. I bet you there was a bearish divergence here. Let's see. Highs, highs. Bearish divergence, printed, textbook. Look at that. Textbook bearish divergence. As you can see, price rising while RSI is setting lower highs. Just textbook bearish divergence. That's why you got this massive, massive move downwards. Okay. Let's see if we could have predicted it. Let's see if we could have predicted it. So I would say this to here. Full retracement to the 0.786. I mean, even if you take it from the bare bottom low, right? Perfect 618 retracement. Perfection. Look at that. 618, baby. Bam. Assassins, man. Yeah. The yeah, I mean, that's what we're looking at. I'm pretty sure we've looked at Velo before, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Is it Velodrome Finance? I've got 3 minutes, and then I got to get off of here, so let me see if I can get Velo for you. Maybe it was on KuCoin. What is going on? Apparently, I swear we've looked at this before, man. Was it on Bigot? KuCoin? Yes, KuCoin. Woo! Damn. That was nasty. That was nasty. This is what happens when Bitcoin goes down, man. I'm telling you. This is why I always tell people, dude, watch Bitcoin. It is your barometer. Because when I give you these long trades, I'm like, hey, even though this looks like a really good level to long, if Bitcoin dumps, you're going to get wrecked on this. So just watch Bitcoin. And that's exactly what friggin' happened. And then you can move this down now. Yeah, there's no trade here right now, man. Unfortunately. I mean, there's just no trade here right now. Until you get up here, I mean, because you're right on top of these moving averages right here. You are right on top of these moving averages, right in between the 50 and the 100. This is indecision. If you lose the 100, I'd be shorting. If you gain the 50 and start bouncing and you take out the swing high, that's where you can start thinking about longing, especially if the 200 is down here and you regain it. That's where you long. And then here's your levels, right? You long up to this bottom end of this trend channel, right? Or the 0.5 fit, whichever comes first, okay? And then if you can regain that and continue forward, you go to the 0.618. So that's Velo in a nutshell for you as well. I appreciate everybody for showing up. I don't have time to do another one because as you can see, it takes me a while to even find the chart sometimes because there's so many different exchanges. So if there's something that I missed, drop it in the comments section below. Everybody that's here on Twitter, scroll up, hit the follow button. I appreciate you. I don't ask anything of anybody. I do this stuff every day for free. Just please, just hit the follow button. That's all I've ever asked. That's all I will ever continue to ask. Just hit the follow button. Anybody that's on YouTube, like the video, comment on the video if you think there's something that you want me to look at, or if you enjoy the content, obviously subscribe to the channel. Boom! Bang on the notification bell, baby. I will see you all in the next stream. Hopefully tomorrow we will see how this trade plays out later on tonight when we get that weekly candle close as well in about 6 hours from now. So everybody have a good day, a good rest of your weekend. Hopefully you're having a beautiful weekend with your beautiful families. I will see you all soon. Peace.